Hello guys, we are back with another exciting video on the top places in Europe. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Now let's jump into the video. The Czech Republic is home to beautiful old European cities, national parks, fairy tale castles and much more. Some of the highlights of Czech Republic include Český Krumlov. This southern Bohemian town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Filled with Renaissance architecture, this beautiful town is wrapped around a bend in the Vltava River and has a beautiful 13th century castles as well. Czech Republic's second smallest region, Český Krumlov, is home to world's famous hot and cold springs. And without a question, one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. Prague's old town is incredibly charming with its astronomical clock and beautiful buildings. No doubt, Czech Republic include few of the most mesmerizing cities in Europe. Italy. Italy is a country that consists of peninsulas, delimited by the Alps mountains and several islands in its surrounding. Its territory largely coincides with the homonymous geographical region. Italy is located in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, in southern Europe. It is also considered as the part of the Western Europe. A unitary parliamentary republic, Rome, as its capital and largest city, the country covers a total area of 301,230 kilometers square and shares land borders with France, Switzerland, Austria, Slovenia, as well as the enclave microstates of Vatican City and San Marino. Italy has a territorial enclave in Switzerland, Campine. With over 60 million inhabitants, Italy is the third most popular member state of the European Union. Spain. Spain is a country with rich history, stunning coastline, picturesque town, cobblestone streets, famous landmarks, and natural wonders. Given by its geographical location, Spain has experienced a rich and varied history. The first modern humans settled in what is now Spain over 35,000 years ago. The Roman conquest began in 218 BC and led to a far-reaching process of cultural assimilation, the effects of which continue to be felt today. Following the fall of the Western Empire, Hispania was conquered by the Germanic tribe and then by the Moors. The Moorish presence on the peninsula lasted until 1492 and the fall of the Nasrid Kingdom of Granada. The marriage of the Catholic kings led to the dynastic union between the territories of the Crown of Castile and the Crown of Aragon. After the discovery and conquest of America, Spain became the leading powerhouse in Europe and formed a great empire that extended across 4 continents. The Spanish presence in America forged strong ties between the two shores of the Atlantic, with Spanish becoming a common language shared by over 500 million people. At present, Spain forms part of the group of countries with the most advanced level of development. It plays an active role in the main international forum and organizations such as UN and NATO. Spain is also a member state of the European Union, the leading trade bloc in the world, and maintains its firm commitment to further develop integration in Europe. Greece. From historic Athens to more than 1,000 islands, along with a great location in Aegean Sea, Greece is filled with beauty and landmarks. It borders Albania, North Macedonia, and Bulgaria to the north, and Turkey to the east. The Aegean Sea is to the east and south of mainland Greece, whereas the Ionian Sea is to the west. Both are the part of the eastern Mediterranean Sea and have many islands. 80% of the country is mountainous, with Mount Olympus being the highest peak. Ancient Greece created democracy, philosophy, science and mathematics, drama and theatre, and the most important, Olympic Games. This is why other languages use many Greek words. Greece is a parliamentary republic. in which the leader of the party with more seats in the parliament is the Prime Minister. The country has a president, but his powers are ceremonial. He is the head of the state, not the head of the government. Much like how kings and queens operate in constitutional monarchies and is elected by the parliament, not by the people. Its economy is the highest in the Balkans region, although Greece is still facing financial difficulties due to Greek government debt crisis. The country was under occupation by the Ottoman Empire until 1821. Croatia, another country with over 1,000 islands. Croatia sits on the Mediterranean Sea that looks like they have just been washed. This long, thin country is also home to one of the most spectacular coastal roads. It is a country at the crossroad of Central and Southeast Europe and shares a maritime border with Italy to the west and southwest. Croatia's capital and largest city, Zagreb, forms one of the country's primary subdivisions with 20 countries. The country spans an area of 56,594 square kilometers, hosting a population of about 3.9 million. Iceland. Iceland has recently become a popular destination for directors to film their blockbusters. The country has been the location of famous films such as James Bond, Batman Begins and Oblivion with Tom Cruise, and even Game of Thrones. The lunar landscapes, ice lagoon, and other wonders are indeed helping to make the country the ultimate travel destination and no doubt boosting up their economy. Icelanders are happy and hospitable peoples. Iceland has been one of the top 10 countries in the world for years. Switzerland. Switzerland is a mountainous Central European country. It is home to numerous lakes, villages, and the high peaks of the Alps. This landlocked country is about the size of New Jersey and is bordered to the west by France, to the north by Germany, to the east by Austria, and to the south by Italy. It is a country of towering mountains, deep alpine lakes, grassy valleys, farms, small villages, as well as thriving cities. It is renowned for both its natural beauty and its way of life. Bern, the capital city of Switzerland, is in the west-central part of the country and lies along a narrow loop of the Aare River. Switzerland is famous for its mesmerizing alpine scenery, luxury branded watches, and delicious milky chocolates. A melting pot of many different cultures, Switzerland is also known for its alluring cities and scenic train rides that showcase the best of the country's natural vistas. The most beautiful places in Switzerland range from mountain resort towns and villages to vibrant cities nestled on lakes and rivers. France. French culture, from art and fashion to food and language, is one of the most influential in the world today. French culture is most commonly associated with Paris, which is a center of fashion, cuisine, and art and architecture. But life outside the City of Lights is very different and varies by region. France doesn't only have rich culture, but the word culture is also actually French. Historically, French culture was influenced by Celtic and Gallo-Roman cultures as well as the Franks, a Germanic tribe. France was initially defined as the western area of Germany, known as Rhineland, but it later came to refer to a territory that was known as Gaul during the Iron Age and ancient Roman era. In the centuries that followed, it was the home of some of the most powerful royal families and the medieval and early modern period, and went on to be the center of the Enlightenment with the French Revolution. The rise of Napoleon saw French influence spread through the Europe and beyond, becoming one of the major world powers through the 19th and 20th centuries. Norway. Norway is a country of breathtaking glaciers, fjords, and avid winter sports enthusiasts. The terrain is glaciated with mostly high plateaus and rugged mountains, broken by fertile valleys, scattered plains, and coastline deeply indented by fjords, and Arctic tundra in north. Norwegian families tend to be small, but relatives often live in the same town. For most Norwegian parents, it's important that their children grow independent and take responsibility of their own actions and activities. Slovenia. If you are looking for the perfect green and safe oasis, you have come to the right place. Slovenia is the green heart of Europe, with Ljubljana as its capital. The city is well known for its natural beauty as well as historical monuments situated here. It is a city of rich cultural values. The two regions, which are separated as old and new cities, also host places to visit. Ljubljana, the headquarters of Southeast European country Slovenia, is located in the heart of the country by the Ljubljana between the Alps and the Mediterranean. The river Ljubljana, with its interesting bridges and picturesque old city center embankments, is one of the Ljubljana's most notable landmarks. The first settlement in the region dates back to about 2000 BC. The marshes near Ljubljana were founded by people living in the houses built on the pillars. Prehistoric houses and the oldest wooden wheel in the world were uncovered in these marshes. Since 2011, the remains of the UNESCO World Heritage List have been exhibited in the City Museum of Ljubljana. No doubt it is the city of wonders and mesmerizing sights. Austria. Set foot in the village of Halstead, and it seems a musical number might erupt at any moment. Bright reds and yellows paint the Austrian town a 16th century architecture. In spring and summer, flower boxes drape windows in geraniums and ivy, and cobblestone streets connect charming cafes, ornate churches, and alpine inns. Natural wonders await around every corner, from the neighboring Salzkammergut mountain to Lake Halstead to the village's very own waterfall. Austria, largely mountainous landlocked country of South-Central Europe, together with Switzerland, forms what has been characterized as the natural core of Europe. This beautiful little town has attracted visitors for centuries. The white gold deep in the heart of the mountain has made local people work extremely hard for many years, but has also greatly increased its prosperity and brought with it certain privileges. As a result, this little community has become world famous, and local people take pride in the fact that a whole period in history was named after them. Montenegro. Koto, a seaside spot set at the base of Mount Lovćen, this walled city is full of narrow streets and hidden corners. Take a big walk of about 1350 steps to get to the top of the fortification. It is a coastal town in Montenegro. It is located in a secluded part of the Bay of Koto and has a population of about 13,510 inhabitants and is the administrative center of Koto municipality. The old Mediterranean port of Koto is surrounded by fortifications built during the Venetian period. It is located on the Bay of Koto and is one of the most intended part of the Adriatic Sea. Overhanging limestone cliffs of Orion and Lovćen makes Koto and its surrounding area an impressive landscape. Since the early 2000s has seen an increase in tourists, most of them coming by cruise ship. Visitors are attracted by the natural environment of the Gulf of Koto and by the old town of Koto, which is a natural World Heritage Site and cultural-historical region. The fortified city of Koto has also included in UNESCO World Heritage Site list as a part of Venetian work of defense between 16th and 17th centuries. Germany. Germany is a country in Central Europe. It is the second most popular country in Europe after Russia and the most popular member state of the European Union. Germany is situated between the Baltic and North Seas to the north and the Alps Mountain to the south. One of the Europe's largest countries, Germany encompasses a wide variety of landscapes. The tall sheer mountains of the south, the sandy rolling plains of the north, the forested hills of the urbanized west, as well as the plains of the agricultural east. At the spiritual heart of the country is the magnificent east central city of Berlin, which rose from the ashes of World War II, and now, after decades of partition, is the capital of a reunified Germany and the Rhine River, which flows northward from Switzerland and is celebrated in visual art, literature, folklore, and songs. Germany is well known for beer, football, bread and sausages, palaces and castles, festivals and carnivals, cars, and free education. Malta. Malta is a lovely island country and is home to about 300,000 people and is the world's 10th smallest country in area. It is full of natural beauty and is located towards the south of the Italian island of Sicily between Europe and North Africa. It has been occupied by Phoenicians, Greeks, Romans, Arabs, the Knights of Malta, and literally France and Britain. Over the centuries, Malta's strategic position has fostered its development as an important trading post and remains a leading center for container and freight transshipment. Malta is a popular holiday destination and tourism is the nation's main source of income. It is popularly known for its warm climate and breathtaking landscape that serve as location for major film productions. It is also home to some of the oldest temples in the world. Latvia. Latvia is a country on the Baltic Sea between Lithuania and Estonia. Its landscape is marked by white beaches as well as dense sprawling forest. Latvia's capital is Riga, which is home to notable wooden art and architecture, a vast central market and medieval old town with St. Peter's Church. Riga's museum include the Latvian Ethnographic Open-Air Museum, showcasing local craft, food and music. Latvia is among the world's greenest countries, comprising of 500 km of white sand beaches, 12,000 rivers and over 2,000 lakes, as well as unique wildlife, which makes this small country a popular destination for nature lovers. Latvia is well known for having one of the world's oldest flags, beautiful beaches, fastest internet, beer, rivers, and having ice hockey fans. Portugal. Portugal is a country whose mainland is located on the Iberian Peninsula of southwestern Europe and whose territory also includes the Atlantic archipelagos of the Azores and Madeira. It features the westernmost point in continental Europe and its Iberian portion is bordered to the west and south by Atlantic Ocean and to the north and east by Spain, which is the sole country to have a land border with Portugal. Lisbon is Portugal's capital and economic and cultural center. The city clings to low but steep hills situated on the right bank of River Tagus and is most popular tourist destination. Most of the country's mountains are at the north of the River Tagus, which flows northeast to southwest and divides the country. All of Portugal's main river flows from Spain over the edge of the Meseta in a series of defiles, and their usefulness either for navigation or as routeways for roads and railways, is thus limited. Portugal is famous for its typical seafood dishes, popular beach destinations, and 16th to 19th century architecture, from when its country was a powerful maritime empire. It is also known for its soccer legends, fado music, historical cities, and port wine. The northern part of the country is mountainous, where climate is relatively cool and rainy. In the south, there are low rolling plains. The climate is drier and warmer, particularly in the interior. Ireland. Ireland is an island in the North Atlantic Ocean in northwestern Europe. It is separated from Great Britain to its east by the North Channel, the Irish Sea, and St. George's Channel. Ireland is the second largest island of the British Isles, the third largest in Europe, and the 20th largest on Earth. Known as the prettiest town in Ireland, Kinsale is nestled at the mouth of River Bredon, particularly famous for its colorful, brightly painted rows of shops, which make simply walking around the town a joy. Dublin is the capital and largest city of Ireland. Dublin is in the province of Leinster on Ireland's east coast at the mouth of the River Liffey. The city has an urban area population of 1,345,402 inhabitants. The main geographical feature of Ireland are low central plains surrounded by a ring of coastal mountains. The highest peak is Coranto Hill, which is 1,041 meters. There are a number of sizable lakes along Ireland River, with Lough Neagh the largest in either Britain or Ireland. San Marino is the oldest republic in the world, and it has never been taken over by anyone. This small country of just 61 square kilometers sits on top of a hill and overlooks the Italian countryside. Perhaps the best known of all of San Marino's attractions, Rocca Gueta and Torre Cesta, are the two fortress towers situated on a ridge at the summit of Montenegro. The towers are a part of a set of 3 sites that are featured on the official flag of San Marino, and visitors can visit and tour the towers, the earliest of which, Rocca Gueta, dates from the 13th century. The 2 towers are usually visited together, and Torre Cesta has a traditional weaponry museum on site. From the top of the towers, there are stunning views that stretch as far as Dalmatian coast, as well as over the nearby Apennines.